So ModelTag is an IT company which analyzes social media and does consulting on social media strategy and analytics. So we help brands to push their social media strategy on both older and newer platforms. So from Facebook to Instagram to TikTok. Last year we developed the top influencers in beauty and cosmetics in France, in Paris. It was quite interesting to see that ranking actually spread by all the mainstream media in France, and also the influencers themselves engaged with the rankings. So Latvia is actually the second country where we're doing right now, where we are developing this ranking. In France, it was only on beauty and cosmetics. In Latvia, we're doing a global ranking, so the top influencers on the Instagram platform. It's very interesting for brands to see influencer rankings. First of all, because they can reach out to the influencers themselves and see which ones actually match with their brand and they can collaborate with. The other thing is they can evaluate the influencers they've already worked with and well, see if they rank in the top 100, for example. We're not only analyzing the Instagram accounts of the influencers, we're also analyzing the accounts of the followers. So we're looking into which languages the comments are in. We're looking at how engaged the audience is with the influencers. We're looking at factors such as likes and comments, but also of the quality of these. So longer comments obviously are more interesting than shorter comments, and seeing how actually the followers are then engaged with the brands that these influencers publish. So our proprietary, let's call it our secret sauce, our formula, is based on a lot of factors. Some of these include how realistic the followers of the influencers look, because of course there's a lot of stories about fake followers on Instagram. We look at the value of known posts, so influencers we've worked with in the past, for example, and check based on that and how much their posts are valued, how much we can value similar posts with similar engagement across all of Europe. Well, based on the value of the posts, so we know what return that has given to the brands, and we know how much the brands are actually paying for these influencers. We calculate what we call a media value. So brands, based on that, can see whether their campaigns are successful, so they're getting a better return, an ROI, on a campaign or not. So the major factor that goes into our valuation of influencer posts, the media value of each influencer post, is how much are their followers engaged with them. So if their followers are really engaged with them, that drives the value up a lot. So one thing we see with famous influencers, for example, is that some of their posts perform really well, but some of their posts don't. So especially when they're working with brands, some perform really great and some a little bit less great. The end result is we take an average of all their latest posts. So if some perform really well in some posts but not so well in others, the average might not be so high. So what we suggest to influencers to engage more with brands is to keep always their engagement up and to always make engaging posts. That way their followers comment more, like more, actually respond to the brands. So if their brands are, let's say, putting out a promo code, the actual followers use that promo code. If we see situations where the influencer personal life, for example, is doing great, but when they're collaborating with brands a bit less, then that obviously influences the score. So influencers should always look out for brands that really match what their followers like. There was an article on Financial Times this morning where Chanel says that Instagram is really driving sales. This summer it drove sales of swimsuits. And they actually, Chanel bought a company that makes swimsuits because Instagram drives so many sales to swimsuits in summer because of influencers who wear them and who like to take pictures with them. So obviously, the more the brands match with the influencers, the more their followers can associate with them, the better. So finding the right brands is definitely the right track.